Good evening, beloved. May the peace of God be unto you this evening. I believe that by the sufficiency of God's grace, you are doing well. We give Him the glory, we give Him all the honor, we give Him the praise for once again bringing us up to this point. I'd also like to apologize for bringing you today's edition a little bit late. And I also like to take this opportunity to welcome you and thank you for joining me on today's series. In today's edition, I'm speaking on the lesson, Embrace Your Failures. Embrace your failures. You see, failure is a great learning tool. That is, the best way to learn is to fail. Understand that everyone at some point in life has had or will have a moment where things wouldn't go as planned. But as you encounter those moments or during such moments, you need not to give up. Those are the moments where you need to be strong. Those are the moments where you need to stay focused. When you encounter these moments, my beloved, you need not to give up. As Christians, the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 9 tells us that, or gives us the assurance that although we are persecuted, we are not destroyed. That is, you may stumble, but remember you haven't fallen. Remember, as you stumble, you still have the opportunity to stand up. So you may be persecuted, but beloved, you haven't been destroyed. We are hurt sometimes, but as I said earlier on, in the moments that we are hurt, we are not destroyed. And so, my dear brethren, the failure that you have encountered may hurt you, but that hasn't destroyed you. You may have failed. You may have failed whether academically, you may have failed whether financially, or you may have failed at some point. Maybe you set some resolutions for yourself at the beginning of the year, and as at now, you haven't been able to accomplish anything. Or as at now, you feel like all hope is lost. You may have failed, but you haven't been destroyed. You haven't been destroyed. For the students that just took their finals, or for the graduates that just graduated, whether out of high school, out of college, remember that when the semester began, you put in a lot of effort, and maybe the grade that you have or the final grade that you received for that class or for that exam wasn't the grade that you wanted or wasn't the grade that you planned for. But understand that it is not up to that grade to determine your destiny. Your destiny does not lie in the grade that you get in that class. Your destiny does not lie in the final exams that you took. Your destiny is not in the hands of your professor to decide what grade should determine who you want to be in life. You may have failed, but you haven't been destroyed. There is still hope. There is still hope. So put in that effort. Continue to put in that effort, because since you haven't been destroyed, you still have that assurance that it shall be well. It is well. And so the psalmist said that sorrows may come my way, pain may come my way, but in all those situations, it is well with my soul. Why is it well with my soul? It is well with my soul because whatever that I think I have failed on, whatever that I think has brought me down in life, that thing hasn't destroyed me. So I still have hope. There is hope that it is well. So my dear brethren, you may have failed that exam. Yes, still understand that it is well. Understand that you still have hope. You haven't fallen yet. You haven't fallen yet. And also remember that in life, there are moments where you will get down. But when you get down in life, your focus shouldn't be, you shouldn't focus on what you are doing to get back up. You should focus on what you will do to prevent going back down again. I'll say that again. In life, you will get down. And as you get down in life, you shouldn't focus on what you would do to get back up. Instead, you have to focus on what you would do to prevent yourself from going back down again in life. In that process, as you get down in life, in that process, that's the time where you learn to press on. That's the time where you learn to maintain focus. That's the time where you learn not to give up. And so I always say to myself that I have had one rejections, or I've had one rejection over and over again, but those are not the kind of victories that I want in life. What I mean by that is that in life you will come in contact with situations that will beat you down. However, understand that the only way to overcome such situations is to not accept that you've been defeated. You will come across situations, you will encounter difficulties that will beat you down in life. And the only way for you to overcome those situations, the only way for you to understand that those situations hasn't destroyed you, is for you to accept that they haven't defeated you. That's the only way you can overcome those situations. And so Henry Rollins once said that in life you will learn more from rejections and failure than you will learn from success. In life, failure will teach you a greater lesson than being successful will. What she meant by that was that failure gives you that exposure. It exposes you to a new experience. And as you are being exposed to that experience, you gain the understanding to learn something. You learn something from that experience. You just don't fail and give up on whatever thing that you failed on. You fail to learn experience. You fail to learn experience. And so as you fail, you shouldn't allow those moments to beat you down. As you fail, learn something from that experience. Let that experience teach you something. You learn a way of not doing something. That is failure. When you fail, you just learn a way of not doing something. And let me give you this analogy. As I said in I believe my second video, that all fingers are not equal. Let me rephrase that. We all have one body, and on our body we have 2 arms. Each of these arms has 5 fingers on them. But although these fingers are coming out of the same body, these fingers come in different sizes. They come in different shapes. What it means is that we all have different functions. So you may represent the thumb, and I may represent the little finger. You may represent the thumb, I may represent the little finger. What it means is that we all have different functions. What the thumb can do, the little finger cannot do. And what the little finger can do, the thumb cannot do. And so what it means is they all work together. So the fact that somebody is in point A, or somebody has arrived at point A and you are still at point B, doesn't mean that should beat you down. What it means is that you should understand you also have something to do. You also have a different function that that person cannot do. And that person has a function that only he or she can do that you also cannot do. So collectively, as you do your part, as I do my part, we achieve something. The fact that somebody has done something, the fact that somebody has achieved something that you are not there yet, doesn't mean you should look down on yourself. It means that you can do something different that that person cannot do. It means that that person has done something different that you cannot do. It's up to you to understand that you haven't been destroyed, and so you can do something. You can do something. So embrace your failures. Don't give up on yourself. As I said, you may have failed that exam, but don't allow that exam to beat you down. You've learned something new. You've learned a new way of doing things. You've learned a new way of studying. You've learned a new way of preparing yourself for exams. That is not failure. You just learned something. So that is an experience. Accept that experience and move on. Accept that experience and move on. You haven't failed. You haven't failed. That grade that you had in that final exam, your destiny does not lie in the hands of that grade. Your destiny is not in the hands of that professor. So you haven't failed that exam. You've learned something. You've learned something from that exam. You've learned something from that final grade that you just got. You've learned something. So don't look down on yourself. Be strong, stay focused, and move on. Be strong, stay focused, and move on as you embrace your failures. It is my prayer that may the Lord empower you. May the Lord shine His face upon you this week. May He make you understand that you haven't failed. May He strengthen you to continue to persevere. May He strengthen you to continue to understand that you still have a focus to achieve. And may He protect you as you go by your activities for the week. Thank you for joining me on today's series. I hope to see you a week from today. Thank you and have a blessed week. Thank you.